welcome to today's class. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're well and staying safe and making the most of this lovely sunshine we're getting. So obviously I don't know when you're doing the class. Maybe it's a rainy day when you're doing this particular class, but hey ho, you can share my sunshine today. So I'm going to take it fairly slow and steady today. We're going to focus on the breathing. We're going to use the breath to relax ourselves, release any tension we might have, and going to include pigeon today. Keep those hips mobile, good stretch through the glutes, piriformis, all that area as well. So yeah, that's what today's class is going to be, taking it nice and steady. So we'll start by lifting our spines up, really reaching up through the core and torso, and imagine that piece of string tied to the top of your head. Roll the shoulders back. Take some nice easy breaths to start with, in and out through the nose. And take some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Feel free to close your eyes if it helps to bring your awareness more fully to yourself and your body. So use these deep breaths as a way to check in with how you're feeling today, to shut the doors on anything that's been going on for you today, to bring your awareness inwards despite whatever distractions you may have going on around you or nearby. So keep that spine lifted. If you tend to find that you're slouching back down, just bring it back up again, no judgment. Okay, so as we breathe in through our nose, we're going to raise our shoulders to our ears. And then as you breathe out, a hard breath, relax the shoulders. So breathing in, relax the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to take the right hand, place it on the mat beside you. Breathing in, take the left arm up. And as you breathe out, reaching over to the right. So getting a really nice stretch down the left side of your body. Stay here for a breath or two. Next breath in, bring it back up. Place the left hand down as you breathe out. Breathing in, take the right arm up. And as you breathe out, reaching over to the left. And again, stay here for a couple of breaths. And then on your next breath in, bring it back up, and as you breathe out, place the hand on the mat. Okay, so we're going to stretch our wrists and our hands. So start by taking the right hand out in front of you and using the left fingers, or the left hand, to draw the fingers back. So getting a nice stretch on the underside of your forearm. Keeping that spine lifted. If you've started to slouch, check in with yourself. And then we'll do the other side. So left arm out, using the right hand to stretch these fingers back. And then release, and then we'll just do some rotations. Doesn't matter which way you go. Maybe going together or the other way, whatever you fancy doing. Just mix it up a little bit, loosen those wrists. Cool. And we'll interlink our fingers as we breathe in, reach up, really stretch. And as you breathe out, release the fingers, place them on the mat beside you. Okay. So we're going to start off today, we're going to, controversially, not go into sun salutations. Steady yourself, I know, for the shock must be crazy. We're actually going to start on all fours today. So if you want to make your way onto all fours, so your knees are below your hips and your wrists are below your shoulders. And we'll actually start today with some cat-cow, so breathing in, head and tailbone up. And then as you breathe out, arch the back, tuck the head and the tailbone under. Continue at the pace of your breath. In and out through the nose. Feel free to close your eyes, take it nice and steady. And back to neutral. Now we're going to sit back on our heels and we're going to extended child's pose. So walk those fingers forward, the hands forward, really stretch. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And you can rest your forehead on the mat if that's comfortable for you. And as you breathe in, bring the hips up, lead with the hips. And then we're going to bring the hips forward. And it's similar to what we do when we're in the flow of sun salutations. So your hips are working their way towards the floor. Nice and strong in the shoulders, pushing yourself away from the floor. Reaching your head up and back. And then leading with the hips again as we breathe out. Taking the hips back onto your heels, keeping those arms extended. And again, breathing in as you bring the hips up, taking the hips forward and raising the back up. So you're into a bit of a back bend here, staying strong in those shoulders again. And then on your next breath in, bring the hips back, extending those arms again. And then we'll bring it up onto all fours again, keeping your hands slightly forward. So you're not got a dead fly attached to my arm, that's lovely. So your wrists aren't totally below your shoulders, they're slightly in front. And then we're just going to loosen the hips up with some hip rotations here. So it doesn't matter which direction you start with, just nice big circles. And then we'll reverse the direction. Oh, I don't know if you heard that click of my knee then. Sounds delightful. And then bring it back to neutral. And then we will adjust the hands now so the wrists are back below the shoulders. And we'll go into what I like to call stick insect. So we'll start with the left arm extended, left leg extended, right arm. So whether you look ahead or whether you look slightly down in front of you, it's whichever's comfortable for you really and enables you to be balanced. And then return back to neutral and we'll do the other side. So right leg extended, left arm. Keeping that core engaged so your tummy is lifting up here towards your spine. And then back to neutral. And then we'll do hippos, again, one I named myself. I wonder if anyone else in the world calls them hippos. No idea. So we'll start with the left knee, so nice big circles with that knee. Try and keep the weight as evenly across your hands as you can here. And reverse direction. And back to neutral, and then we'll do the other side. And then reverse direction again. tucking the toes under, walking the hands just slightly. Again, leading with the hips, we're going to go into downward dog. So the feet about hip width apart. Feel free to pedal it out a little bit here if you wish. Ease off those hamstrings. If you've got tight legs here, this will be a nice release. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Okay, we're going to go into pigeon now. So bringing the weight forward into plank. We'll start with the right knee to right elbow. Cross the foot over and drop the right knee just behind the right wrist. Dropping the left knee to the floor and sitting nice and tall here. So your hips are pretty central, but have a wriggle around to make sure you're getting the stretch where you really need it. So it might be around your right glute, or it might be your left hip flexor here, might be tighter. It's all personal to you. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. Ease into this stretch as we make our way down onto our elbows. If you're feeling particularly tight and this is really quite painful, use the breath to try and release and relax your muscles and ease into the stretch. But if you're experiencing pain, go back up to your hands. It's absolutely fine. And then if you are comfortable doing so, extend the arms and place the forehead on the mat. And slowly make our way back to our elbows, back to our hands, and then for the quad stretch, if you can do this, bending the left knee, holding the ankle on the outside. If you can't reach your foot, then just leave the leg down, that's fine. Releasing that foot, plant the hands down. We'll take the right leg up to the ceiling, give it a bit of a stretch. Ooh, kicking the tree. And then we're going to twist the hips and cock that leg over to the left. So we're going to be really opening up that right hip now. Drawing that left heel down towards the floor. Staying nice and strong in your hands here, so really spread those fingers. And then dropping back into downward dog, giving it a pedal out here if you wish. And then we will take the weight forward into plank again to do the other side. So left knee to left elbow, cross the foot over, place the knee down, the right knee down and extend that back leg. So again, make sure your hips are fairly central and that you're getting the stretch you really want, maybe through your right hip or the front of your left hip. And slowly making your way down onto your elbows. And then again, extending the arms, resting the forehead on the mat if that's comfortable for you. Here, making your way back to your elbows, back to your hands, this time bending the right knee, holding the ankle. And then releasing the foot, planting the hands down. And then we'll take the left leg up to the ceiling, give it a bit of a shake, and then we'll take that leg over to the right side, so opening up the left hip, drawing that right heel down to the floor. Dropping back into downward dog, give it a nice little pedal out here. And slowly make your way onto your knees, and then we will take a resting child's pose. So sitting on your heels, forehead on the mat, arms resting by your side. Very slowly unfurling, making your way up to your seated position. We're going to go into a side twist. So I'm just going to swivel round so that you can see what's going on here. But we will start by taking, so you're sat in diamond pose, Vajrasana, so you're sat in your heels. And then we'll start by taking our weight over to the left. So keeping your feet where they are, sitting to the left, but do adjust your feet so you're not sat on your heels. Then we take the right foot and place it next to the outside of the left knee. So not too far forward, you're not trying to pull it in too tight, just next to the knee is fine. And again, just adjust that rear foot so that your sit bones are on the mat, not on your feet. Okay. So taking the right hand behind you, place it on the floor for stability. Lift the spine up nice and tall here. Breathing in, take the left arm up, and as you breathe out, take the left elbow on the outside of the right knee, turning your torso first into the twist, and then looking over your shoulder. Nice easy breaths here. Use the out breath to get a little bit deeper into the twist. And then we will release, bring it back to center, release the legs, give them a nice shake if you want. And then bringing them back into diamond pose. And then we'll take them over to the other side. So taking the weight over to the right side, this time placing the left foot on the outside of the right knee and adjusting that left foot so that you're not sat on your heel, you're just sat on your sit bones on the mat. Taking the left hand behind you for stability, breathing in, right arm up, and as you breathe out, going into the twist, placing the elbow on the outside of the left knee, looking over your left shoulder. And releasing, bringing it back to center, release the legs, give them a nice little shake if you wish. And then we'll make our way down onto our backs. We're going to do half bridge now. So keeping the knees bent, you want to have your feet and your knees about hip width apart. And your heels just close enough so that if you're really stretching with your fingers, you can just touch your heels. So relax the arms, rest them palms face down beside you. Then as we breathe in, we're going to take the weight of the hips up to the ceiling and taking the weight back onto your shoulders here. So keeping your knees in line with your ankles. They're not wandering out too far. And from here you can interlink your fingers if you wish. Helps tuck the shoulders under a bit more, getting the weight of the hips rising up higher. You're working your glutes, working your core, working your thighs as well here, your quads. And we're going to take the right leg up to the ceiling, pointing that foot, really reaching up here. And then placing that foot back down again.
And then doing the same with the left leg. So reaching up, really elevate those hips. And then bringing the foot back down. One last push of the hips, really take them up as high as you can. And then in releasing the hands, resting them by your side, very slowly, vertebra by vertebra, roll down. And when your hips touch the floor, bringing the knees to chest, nose to knees, hugging it out in a releasing pose. So if it's uncomfortable on your neck, just leave your head rested on the mat here. And as always, if you want to have a little back massage, you can gently rock side to side. And then we will rest our heads on the floor, keeping hold of the right knee, extend the left leg all the way down to the mat. So the foot is reaching out. Tuck your shoulder blades under so you can draw your shoulders down to the floor here. You're not hunching around your right knee too much. And then bringing the left knee into chest, holding onto that knee and extending the right leg. Bringing the right knee back to chest, give them a nice squeeze. And then placing your feet on the mat, keeping the knees bent. We're going to do another stretch for the hips here. It's very similar to pigeon. We've just changed centre of gravity really, and the way that we need to adjust because of that. So we'll start by taking the right foot, placing the ankle on top of the left knee. Now this might be enough of a stretch for you depending on your hips, but if you feel comfortable doing so, we're going to take the hands and wrap them around the left knee, raising the foot off the floor and drawing that knee towards us. So again, this might be enough of a stretch for you. You might need your head resting on the mat here, whatever's comfortable for you. But if you want to get deeper into the stretch, you can work on drawing that left knee towards you more. And if you really want to open up the hip, you can use your right elbow to really straighten up and push that right knee away from you a bit more. So you're really getting into a nice stretch on your right hip here through your glutes. Keeping both feet flexed here so you're not stressing the knees at all. And then we'll lower the left foot, release the hands, take the right leg and release that, give them a bit of a shake. Do whatever you need to do, sort of wiggle around a little bit, get playful. And we'll do the other side. So this time, left foot on the top of the right knee. And again, raising that foot off the floor, drawing the knee towards you. And if you wish to, you can interlink your hands around the back of your right knee, thigh even, and draw that thigh towards you. And again, using your left elbow to push the left knee away from you if that's what you wish to do for your stretch. If you're feeling a lot of tension here in the muscle, use the out breath to try and relax that muscle. Relax the tension, enable your body to trust yourself. Because if your body's feeling stressed, it's going to tighten, it's going to make the stretch harder, more uncomfortable, and less effective. And then release that leg, place the right foot on the floor, place the left foot on the floor, and again, just shake the legs a little bit here if you wish. We're going to take the arms out 90 degrees to the side, palms facing down. We're just going to window wiper the knees side to side. So the work we've just been doing on the hips, this is a nice way just to loosen things off a little bit. Try and keep the feet on the floor just to get the benefit of the hip loosening as opposed to feet off the floor and working your stomach muscles. So you can do that another time. And then we'll drop the knees over to the right side, turn the head to the left hand, and you can extend that top leg if you wish. It gets you more into that spine twist. Bringing that top leg back, bring the knees to neutral, head to neutral, and then we'll drop them to the other side. So knees over to the left, turn your head to your right hand, and again extend that top leg if you wish. Bringing that top leg back, knees to neutral, head to neutral. Give it a nice hug in air releasing pose. And then extending the legs, full body stretch, raise the arms above the head. Really stretch your whole body. Nice deep breaths here, in and out through the nose. And then releasing the arms by your side. And then getting into a nice position for your relaxation, if that's what you'd like to do today. So if you do, then in Shavasana, feet and legs hip or mat width apart. Just let the feet relax to the side. Arms by your side, palms facing up. Just let your fingers naturally curl here. Tuck the shoulder blades under, get nice and comfortable. And then gently close your eyes. Take some nice deep breaths here in and out through the nose. Connect with your body again and have awareness of how you're feeling after the work we've been doing. So for your relaxation, you might just want to continue focusing on your breath. The rise and the fall of your tummy as you're breathing. You may want to focus on parts of your body on your in-breath and focus on relaxing those parts of you on the out-breath. As you start with your feet, breathing in, you focus on your feet. And as you breathe out, relaxing your feet. And then working your way to your ankles, your calves, your knees. You may choose to visualize a relaxing place. Imagine yourself there. Imagining the colours, the textures, the sounds around you. And for any time your mind wanders, bring it back to your breathing. And feel free to stay here for as long as you're comfortable. And then when you're ready, very slowly rolling onto your right side and resting there for a moment. And then very slowly bringing yourself into a seated position to finish the practice today. So I just want to thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the class and
I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.